Let's talk about our fretting hand and how to avoid muting the strings. I did a video like this before, but this one is kind of updated with new information. So, and I show you one exercise they may do to improve your the way you hold the chords. Okay, so make sure that you watch all this video because there will be plenty of tips that may help you kind of solve the problem with the muted strings. Now, look, if you're a beginner guitarist, I want to say one thing. It's very common for the beginners to mute the strings. 95% of the people would play the chords at the beginning and they will sound like this. Okay, this is normal. So I'm saying this because I don't want you to be discouraged simply by just the fact that you can't play the chords properly yet. This is normal thing. And remember, this is why you're a beginner. You are trying to learn something that you never did before. Okay, so you are among others, you belong to the same group of the people who are struggling. This is normal, and don't worry, after 1 or 2 weeks or 1 month, the problem will disappear and you will feel much better on the guitar and you'll be much more confident. Okay, great. So let's talk about how to position our hand on the fretboard. Look, let's start from some basic shape. So imagine you are holding something in your hand, okay? Some kind of the object. What you want to do, you want to take this shape now and bring this to the guitar like this. Look, I don't change anything. I just take this shape and I bring this to the guitar. Can you see? Nothing is changing. Take the shape and just bring this to the guitar. And touch with your thumb gently, you know, the back of the neck, okay? And I'm kind of behind the first fret. And this is my position. Can you see? Same shape at the back here. Great. Okay, now look, what you don't want to do, you don't want to bring this hand too high, so you are touching the neck of your guitar with this part of your hand. Not like this. You want to have some kind of the space here. Can you see? I've got like maybe 2 centimeters here from the neck to my hand. Yep, so one more time. So take this shape, bring this to the guitar, and gently touch with your thumb at the back. Great. And now look, we are going to place our first finger on the first fret, second string. So first fret, second string is here. And this is our starting position. So let's start from this place. Now look, when you position your finger, it may sound like this. It might be a little bit muted, okay? And there is 3 reasons why it's muted. First thing, you can't use this part of your finger, okay? So don't use this big flat area here of your finger, because if you place this part of your finger here on the fretboard like this, can you see? My second string will ring, which is fine. This is what I want to have. But you'll also mute string number 3 and number 1. Okay, so the solution will be to use the top of your finger. Okay, the very top of your finger. Can you see this part here? I take this string and this part of the finger and I place this on the first fret, second string. Okay, so if I take this shape now here, I bring this to the guitar. My thumb is behind here gently. I've got some space here. And I place my first finger on the first fret, second string. Okay, now look, when you place this like that, it's much more painful, right? Can you feel it? Because this is, I think that the skin is much thicker here, but it's thinner here. This is what you have to develop as a guitarist. You have to develop this hard skin at the top of your fingers. Okay, so this is just, it'll take you 2 or 3 weeks and then it'll be fine. You'll get used to this. Okay, so this is why it's painful, but this is why you have to do it that way, because there is no other way really. Okay, if you use this part of the finger, your strings will be muted. So I think like 70% of the time the problem with the muting string is that people are trying to play from this part of the finger, okay, while it's supposed to be from the very, very top. So let's take out one more time our imaginary object. Let's bring this to the guitar, position your thumb behind the first fret. And now we are going to place our first finger on the first fret, second string. Great. Now look. Now it may sound like this. If I play strings 3, 2, 1, like this, the first string may be muted. And the reason is that this finger is not in a vertical position, the fretboard. This finger is more like this right now. What we need to do, we need to increase this to this position. Can you see? So it's coming at this angle, not at this angle, at this one here. Yeah, look, if I take this shape one more time and I bring this to the guitar like that, it's still muted. What I need to do was my hand. I need to kind of increase the angle here, but now look what's happened. When I move this up, I may mute the third string now. So what I can do now, I can slightly lift this up, this finger, and position this more in the middle of the string. And now it sounds all right. Does it make sense? These exercises may take you a bit of time. Okay, now I'm trying to talk to you, so you have break from using your fingers for a moment. Okay, it's a good idea to break your practicing schedule and do something else for a moment. It will help you to kind of clear up your mind and better prepare for the next the things that are coming. So look, this stuff may take you a bit of time to master. When you're a beginner guitarist, you don't want to drop everything and just focus on your fingers the way we are doing right now. What you want to do, you want to kind of play these chords the best way you can do it, okay? And try to think about kind of positioning these fingers in the correct way. But if the chords are muted, don't stop, just try to play these chords, because you have to develop the strength in your hand also, okay? What you want to do with this kind of exercise that I'm showing you, what you want to kind of add this to your practicing session as an additional thing. So you would do it, for instance, as a warm-up, maybe just trying to gently position the fingers and see how it feels, and then just go to normal chords and play them, and don't think too much about this problem. Over the time, you'll implement this proper position into your guitar playing, okay? This is one of the approach. What I'm saying is just, you don't want to ruin your life by just focusing only on the finger positions. Yeah, you want to solve this problem, but also have fun with playing chords and songs. Okay, great. So look, let's take this hand one more time. Let's bring this. Our first finger is here now, correctly positioned, but now look, it may be still muted. So the question is, so what's happening now? And it's very common also that people position the finger, but they don't press this finger, okay? So if you just place this finger on the first fret, second string, it's going to sound like this, but you have to press this note. And now it sounds good. And now look, now you may feel serious pain in your finger. This is the problem. The moment when you feel the pain, you'll try to relax your finger, and you've got again muted notes. Yeah, does it make sense? So make sure you press this note, okay? So think about this that way. My thumb is working together with the first finger, kind of squeezing together the neck. Does it make sense? And now look, it brings us to the next kind of point here. I don't use these muscles here to hold my hand here on the fretboard. Look, once I place my thumb and the first finger and I squeeze this together, my hand is literally hanging from these 2 points. Look, can you see? It's attached only here. I don't use these muscles to hold the hand. And this is when my hand is falling into proper position now, because it's not artificially, twisted by doing some crazy stuff here. It's just hanging like that, yeah? So you may have thumb a bit higher or a bit lower, depending on the size of the fingers, but it's kind of squeezing together with the first finger, the neck. Okay, remember this. So we squeeze this together, and we don't use this part of your hand here to hold the guitar. It's supposed to just hang like this. Okay? Great. Now look, there's one more thing. If your nails are too long, it will prevent you from placing finger like this, because long nails will force you to play like that, and this is not our position. So you need to trim your nails. Okay? I had this problem before, where people literally on the lesson try to cut the nails or do some stuff to get rid of them because they were unable to play the chords. Everything was muted. If your nails are long, you'll be like this. Again, you see, my fingers will be flat, not like this. So this is one of the reasons also why it might be a little bit muted, okay? Keep this in mind. Okay, great. So let's take one more time. Our first finger, we place this, so we have this object now, yeah? We place this on the first fret, second string. Great. And squeeze this neck. Does it sound okay? Very good. Now look, let's add our second finger now on the second fret, second string. So look, I just lay this finger here. I keep the first finger it was before. Does it sound alright? So look, second finger off. I got only first finger. And add the second finger now on the second fret, second fret, second string. If it's muted, like this, Try to increase this angle here. Can you see? You have to always, when you feel that something is not working properly, always try to work with this kind of the shape. Now look, because my hand is not really locked here, I can easily adjust my finger position. So this is one of the ways to think about this. All right, great. So look, let's go back to our initial exercise, just the first finger. Let's just try to use this as exercise, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play arpeggio like this. So I play 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. And I'm going to move this around, look. Second fret. Third fret. Second fret. And the first fret again. Does it make sense? And then I can do the same thing with the second finger. So let's try to change slightly things here. Let's try to position our second finger now on the first fret, second string. So we put the second finger instead of the first finger. And the same thing. Great, then you can place your third finger. It might be more tricky. So here. Okay, so this is kind of a way to play this. You don't have to start from the first fret, you can go from the fifth fret. We kind of ignore the sound that is coming from the guitar because sometimes it may sound very tense. This is purely the exercise in checking if your guitar and your chords sounds alright. Okay, now look, let's try to play now A minor chord. So we're going to start from the same position. Just maybe before we play A minor chord, let me explain how to play A minor chord. So to play A minor chord, we position our first finger on the first fret, second string, second finger on the second fret, fourth string, and the third finger is on the second fret, third string. If you don't know how to play these chords, you can go to my website, guitarcouch.com, and there is plenty of additional resources, and I've got also membership, very cheap membership part of my website, which is dedicated to studying the guitar, plenty of lessons, and additional support for my students. So look, if you don't know how to play this chord, check this on my website in the chord section. So let's start again with the same shape here, the one that I have. I bring the first finger to the first fret, second string. Yeah? And check the sound. Does it sound all right? Great. Now look, if I place these fingers in this way, following all this advice I gave you, yeah, I tilt this so it's like this. My second finger is almost ready to be placed on the second fret, fourth string. Can you see? I don't have to do too much. I just play like this. Great. And now look, just these two notes here, these two fingers, and strings from the, when you play this from the fifth string down, it gives us the sound of the A minor 7 chord. Sounds very nice, right? You could write the song. It's got very kind of open sound. Okay, so this is A minor 7 chord, right? So let's try this one more time. Let's take this shape here. Bring this to the guitar, the first fret on the second string, second finger on the second fret, fourth string. Does it sound good? Okay, great. Now look, did you notice I placed my fingers very close to the frets? They are not here. Look like this. Can you see? It's closer this way to the frets, not this way. Because if I place this finger here, listen how it sounds. Some of the notes are muted, and the thing is, it takes more energy and more effort to play the note like this than just to place your finger in the middle or closer to the fret. So keep this in mind. Your chords may be muted also because you are too far away from the fret. Yeah, like this. Does it make sense? So place these fingers closer to the fret, like this. Okay, so can you see they are almost at the edge of both these frets here? So this A minor 7 chord. Now look, what we want to do, you want to play A minor chord. But now look, we said we want to put this finger closer to the fret. So how should I put this third finger on the second fret, first string? There's no space. And here's the problem. With some of the chords, you will have to tweak this position. So in order to make it work, I have to slightly push the second finger back, create the space, and add this finger underneath, like this. So look, I start with this chord A minor 7, where my first finger is on the second string first fret, my second finger is on the second fret fourth string. And now what you want to do, you want to play A minor chord, so I'm going to slide this second finger back slightly to almost in the middle. I'm in the middle of the neck, like in the space here between two frets, and now I'm going to lay this third finger on the second fret third string, and I've got A minor chord. Okay, does it make sense? Now look, it may still sound like this because maybe your fingers are again too flat, so keep this in mind. You have to always kind of alter this position, making sure that it sounds great. Like this. Great? Now look, some of you may play the chords like this. Check this out. Can you see this shape I have here? And this is the potential problem again, because if you play like that, you may play even incorrect frets. This is why the sound will change. Look, can you hear? Oh, this is not even a minor chord, it's something else, because these fingers, this shape, force these fingers, both of them, to play the notes which don't belong to the chord. So you can't play like this with this kind of the shape. It has to be more like this. Yeah? Not like this. Like this. Yeah? Can you see? That way you'll be able to play these chords nicely and not mute them. Check this out. If I play these fingers, place them like that one more time. Something is muted here, yeah? But now look, if I push this part here like that, suddenly all the space here is empty and I can play my chords. Okay, so this is another thing that you may consider. Okay, maybe you are playing too flat like this, yeah? Or even, yeah, like this. So this is the other way to play, to think about this problem. So I hope it gives you some ideas on how to improve your chords and how to not mute this these chords. There may be some, you know, the guitar is quite complex instrument, so you may not find yourself in a position where you still apply all these things and still something doesn't work. And as I said, try to send me the video, then I'll be able to help you, because many times the problems are related just to the guitar player. Okay, one thing that may stop you from playing these chords in a clean way, maybe your thumb position. When you, for instance, lay this thumb too far away here this way. If I place my thumb like this, what it does, I'm kind of touching with all my hand the neck, and this is not necessarily what you want to have, because you may mute the other strings underneath. Okay, so this kind of the position may also affect the way the chord sounds. So you want to roll this down and create some space. Can you see when I play my chord, I've got some space underneath? So it's not very difficult for me to play this chord, yeah? It's more painful though, remember, because I'm playing from the very top. Can you see my fingers? Can you see these lines? I can feel the pain right now because I hold this chord for a long time, and I also practice the guitar in the morning. So I feel the pain, the same way that you do. This is normal. This is why you have to take the break when you practice the guitar to, you know, to give your fingers rest, yeah? Just like, this is normal, yeah? So remember, thumb position also. Okay, great. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If something's not clear, drop me email or go to the forum section of my website, guitarcouch.com, and then you can ask me the questions. So have fun and don't give up. Enjoy playing the guitar.